Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the second episode of Eizouken niwa Teo Dasuna. And the first episode, I was pretty happy with it. The show clearly seems to kind of be about anime enthusiasts coming together to just enjoy and appreciate the anime together, talk about how amazing it is and whatnot, maybe work together to make their own. Who knows? Who knows, really? But the point is we're together now, so we can start to make things happen. And yeah, I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I like anime, so watching people eagerly discuss it is something I can certainly get behind. Now, there are a few things I want to say in regards to my reaction to the first episode before I get into this. The first one, of course, being that some people on some corners of the internet seem to think I did not realize that Midori was a girl. I guess because there was no point where I was like, oh my god, that person's a female? Apparently they expected something like that, so I'm sorry to disappoint you if you expected something like that. But it was just more like, that person's clearly wearing a skirt. Okay, I'm gonna fix that registry in my brain real quick and then just moved on, but apparently that wasn't good enough for some people, which, fair enough. I really don't blame people for not getting that I didn't get that, really. But there was one comment that bothered me a little bit. Somebody said something to the effect of, Jesus, man, read the subs, or something like that, which is funny and kind of stupid because there was literally only one reference to Midori being a girl in that entire episode's subs. And that one, the actual Japanese dialogue did not even mention her being female. It was just something that was kind of made up in the subs. Because, the translator knew she was a girl. So to say something like that is just really stupid, honestly. But regardless, let's just move on, I don't want to dwell on that too much. It's just, I'm glad I'm not a big YouTuber because I would have to deal with that kind of thing probably a lot more often. So I think I should appreciate being smaller because of that. But regardless, let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1, play. Oof. Back at our local high school. Why? Why are you in there? Is this a shortcut to school? Oh, right, I guess that would be an escape route, right. Like, you can't take the normal route when you're trying to avoid getting caught. That would just be silly. So, yeah, you go in the sewers. It does. It's like survival gear. Well, no one asked you. Some people just don't appreciate fine quality. I think your perspective might be a bit different. Well, she probably doesn't get as much as you. Please don't pity me. I got a cool bag, that's what matters. Maybe she's taking the long way, you don't know. Yeah. Gotta protect that hat, it could get stolen again. Yeah, I mean, we kind of established that last episode. Come on, you got survival gear, you'll be fine. Well, at least we got someone who's gung-ho for it. Don't know unless you try. We can go from there. Yeah. It's all good. We always have backup plans. It's intentionally vague, okay? Yeah, so we've heard. It's perfect. Accepting submissions, live action movie contest, 1 million yen prize. We could buy a really nice bag with that. The budget's, of course, what she brings up. Whew. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's quite different than anime. Like, let's not lose focus on what the show's about. Oh, crap, you heard us. Well, this is one that's gonna be different. It's gonna be better. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the idea. Oh, right. I always forget about that part. Just kidnap a random teacher. Okay. Thank you for telling us, Mr. Fujimoto. What? Okay, so that really was what he was doing. Okay. That was a weird logical leap from beard weights to being an advisor. Well, I guess that works out. Let's get on to making those films that may or may not be anime. And here we go, easy breezy. I have missed this opening. Been far too long since I've watched the first episode, so I've missed this opening. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. The poses are still as amazing as ever. Why can't this just be a dancing anime? Wasted potential. Easy breezy. Keep your filthy hands off my Eizouken. Whew, I feel so much more breezy now, but it's time to get back into it. Is this our club room? Because, I mean, it could be worse. We could probably give it a decent paint job. Don't ruin the magic. Like, it even has holes in it, like... This... They're honestly more excited than I thought they would be for this rundown thing. But I guess it is kind of cool in its own way. Plan of action. Elaborate. Well, I mean, we saw big fans up there, didn't we? A loose association. How rude. But yeah, I'm sure we'll, over time, you know, improve our situation. I mean, it's not like we're gonna sleep here, so holes in the roof isn't too bad. Yeah, it's a bit much for our New Year's money. Did anyone bring a broom? Yeah, there's the fans. Let's get those on. Okay, they were nice enough to provide a broom. That's cool. Have you ever cleaned a day in your life, Miss Sojo-sama? Well, yeah. Villa. Yeah. Someone's thinking ahead. Can't go without the beanbag chair. We should probably work on the holes in the wall before we get fancy augmentations to it. But you gotta dream big, right? Wow, okay, yeah, now we're definitely reaching. Guess you have to have an active imagination to produce good anime. I mean, I would definitely get one of those. I'm ready to fly. Make sure to video the whole thing. Be turned into a film and it'll be for the club. Right? Just don't hurt yourself. There we go. I think we got this. And we have takeoff. You're going to hurt yourself. Yeah, probably not the best thing to wear during this, but, you know, we're all girls here, so it's all good. You know, until she falls to her death, that is. Well, you can't break character. Hope she got some good shots of that. Ouch. Okay, yeah, she got a good shot of it. It's true friendship right here. Not really, no. Yeah, hopefully she didn't get injured from that. You gotta try. You always give up before we try things. Right? As long as we get something out of it. I did notice that last episode, yeah. Especially noticeable because she's with, you know, Midori. uh, let's avoid falling on your head, please. Yeah, you could say that. I demand compensation for our injuries on your property. What? But I wanted to sell it to the black market for lots of money. Can't tell me not to profit off of my friend's injuries. That's just crazy talk. It would always be nice. But we do have a club room. We do have a club. We made great progress. Man, the enthusiasm difference. Of course. Home sweet home. Be more specific. What the heck are you doing? But why, though? Don't tell her that. I'm sure there's a lot of things you dislike. She does look pretty good laying like that, though. That's the biggest thing to celebrate here. What? I mean, yes, of course, it was the second thing I noticed. Must have been difficult to bring it here. Yes, even though you're the size of one, I guess it's no good. Don't break it. Jeez! We could probably fix some holes in the wall with that kind of money. Don't stab the new merchandise, please. Basically just junk. I can't believe you stabbed it. As well, we can't have nice things. Indeed. Meanwhile, she's doing what she usually does. You make a battle harem anime. Right? Money. A lot of it. Much like our walls. Maybe we should have got that before the sofas. We should have got a lot of things before the sofas. Don't run. Yeah, we're trying to keep the anime thing on the down low. Please do. Is anyone here at all? Oh, what? Could you just like give us some stuff, please? We spent all of our budget on sofas. Well, not really, but it'd be a good excuse. Oh no, you said the A word. Why did you say the A word? Why are you such an idiot? It was just a slip of the tongue. No, just we're making live action stuff. Man, she is tall. Yeah, definitely different, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Got any comebacks for that, Sensei? Wow. Damn. Man, I'm almost afraid she's gonna eat him at that point. I think it's just her, mostly. At least we got through it. So... That's a line. Try to avoid anime if at all possible. Words to live by. Oh, wow. That is kind of cool. A river, the most magical of things. Just don't fall into it. Yeah, this... When was the last time someone came in here? Getting all the fancy stuff here. This is a pretty good find, it seems like. It all comes together. Making anime is a lot of work, you know. Be careful, please. Oh, cool. We could probably use that. Oh wow, it's like magic. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Huh. I was really underestimating this thing at first. It can do a lot of very useful things. I can see how it could be invaluable. What is it now? Pencil sharpeners, that's something to get excited about for sure. Yeah, I mean, this seems like a pretty good find. Now please allow me to peg you with it. Don't sound too excited. It's a peg, don't you understand? But what if we do? And now we get to work. Yeah, it's rough. Not enough, I assure you. But yeah, good point. We are being paid nothing for this. Oh wow, it's actually moving. Perhaps. That's a little bit creepy, actually. Geometry was never one of my better subjects. But I think I get the point. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Color. She took my suggestion, sort of. At least she mentioned my suggestion. I'll take that. Wind for a windmill? It's crazy, but it just might work. Well, no, but an anime can sometimes be sort of visible. Yeah, that's always a good way to showcase wind, is just things being blown by it. Oh. Hello, building. Okay. Get to work. We're back to our animation fantasy land, and that means we gotta fly. It goes without saying, really. The sound effects. Oh no, no! Oh, we did not have enough time at all. Yeah, that was a problem. Yeah, nobody ever gets hurt in fiction. As long as we can help the windmill, that's what matters. Our lives mean nothing in comparison. Yeah, we are just changing the landscape here. Now below windmill, this is all for you. Don't let our actions and deaths be in vain. Yeah. Now we're using the wind. Oh, fish. Overlord bass. Oh, that's a lot of text. That's a lot of text, Jesus. And there we go. All of our hard work paid off, and we have a fully functioning, beautiful windmill. We had to destroy some buildings and stuff, but we got it done. And we're all wet. When did it start raining? Yeah, well, then we started drying. And look, the windmill. Someone's having fun. but it's cold. Probably not the best skirt weather. Well, depending on who you ask. What, did she actually sell the footage? Really? Oh, wow. She really did it. I don't know why I thought otherwise. Of course she really did it. Like, she would just not do it just because this teacher said something. Ugh. But yeah, here we go. RED. And hey, money is money. You gotta get our budget somehow. Things were definitely breezy in this episode. Not sure to call them easy exactly, but... You know, considering Sayaka comes across as the least enthusiastic for all this stuff, she technically did a decent amount in the episode to help. Like, you know, yelling at the teacher, for example. That was probably the biggest thing. Okay, well, that was the second episode of Eizouken niwa Teo Dasuna. And this episode, last episode basically was getting our group together. Now this episode is mostly getting the club together. Because obviously one of the biggest conflicts was that Tsubame couldn't join the club, right? The family's not super supportive of the whole anime thing. So our other option was to start our own club. Now we couldn't just like call it Anime Club number 2. Like that's probably not gonna fly. So we ended up just kind of having to be a general film club, which works pretty well because according to the one rant that Sayaka did, the actual anime club is more into the research, not really making their own. Which, yeah, there usually is that kind of distinction with a lot of Japanese anime, clubs in Japanese anime, you know? They'll have some of them that specify, you know, it's a kind of a research club and some that are more of a creation club, right? Because a manga club doesn't necessarily make manga. They could just, you know, discuss manga things with each other. I don't know. I've never been a part of a manga club, but I assume there's more to do in it than just make your own manga. You know, like a book club, usually when you hear that term, you don't think a club that makes a book, they just all read the same book and talk about it. So I imagine a manga club could do the same thing. But anyway, moving forward, we got our club room. We got everything figured out. We had an advisor who seemed pretty willing to take the job. Just all the discussion of the heavy beard, which, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I can barely keep my head looking forward. But the club room we got itself is actually fairly big. Like, we got our own, basically our own little building here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit run down, to say the least. We got holes in the walls, holes in the roof. Apparently, parts of it are very easily breakable, because all we had was Asakusa just standing up there and suddenly just breaks and falls down to her death. So it just was very unfortunate. I did enjoy this kind of imagination of just what they would fill it all with, you know, because you still have all those holes and stuff. And rather than focusing on that first, it's just like, yeah, I'll put a beanbag chair here, put a shelf over there. It'll be great, you know. So, and then we had like this full-on imagination sequence where Asakusa just gets... Oh, did she actually have a name for what that thing was called? I think it may have said about right about here. Yeah, propeller skirt, okay. So, yeah, basically, well, I can't really call it a jetpack because it functions very differently, but essentially a jetpack, you know? Something you put on and allows you to fly. Propeller skirts, which you apparently wear over your real skirt, which is probably not the best idea. So, yeah, pretty cool device, though. It was a little bit of a struggle to get it to work, but she got a little bit off the ground, so I guess you could call it a success, right? You know, of course, it was still all an imagination segment, so it's not like it really happened. But what did really happen was falling and getting a bit hurt. Although, luckily, it doesn't seem like she got too hurt. You know, it looked like by some of her actions that she, like, got an owie on her shoulder, elbow. But aside from that, yeah, no broken bones or anything. Which is a little bit surprising because it is a fairly high fall. But I guess it's all good. Just, rub a little bit of dirt on it, we'll be fine. And just immediately we discussed the money we could make off of it, just as expected of Sayaka. And that was just a bluff, we really did that in the end, so. And yeah, next time we come to the club room, they're already in there celebrating. We got spinning plates, we got furniture, which I guess is from Tsubame. And yeah, just, I mean, it's not the fanciest celebration ever. I mean, we got this stuff, essentially cardboard boxes as tables while we sit on nice sofas. It's just a very weird contrast like that. Got these pretty decent looking sofas that were pretty high budget. I think 3 million yen was a price that Tsubame dropped on them. And you have this, like, surrounding the cardboard boxes as tables and the holes in the old building. Just, I don't know, the contrast of all that was kind of funny to me. Freaking Amakusa just climbing all over the furniture. But yeah, we eventually got into some anime talk a little bit, but mostly just kind of got into the idea of we need more stuff. If we want to make anime, we need stuff. Desks, pencils, pegs, ink, I don't know, a fancy machine that does lighting effects and stuff. We need all sorts of stuff. So at this point, it was a matter of going back to the room and saying, Sensei, we need some stuff. We need desks, we need other stuff. And that's what led us to our amazing little rant from Sayaka, which I quite enjoyed. Like, she just laid into him. So, like, because this is like the second time he was like, anime, no, you can't do that. We already got one. Stop it. This was like the second time he did that. So I guess that was one too many times for Sayaka. So she just went full on, just terrifying that poor teacher. Because, yeah, that shot of her just like towering over him, kind of very pale looking face, just. I got Attack on Titan flashbacks. That's all I'm going to say. I was starting to be concerned for that teacher's life. And then there's just a funny line because you could take it out of context, but try and avoid anime if you can. Just, yeah. We're not getting a lot of support for the whole anime thing in this show. I'm starting to get the feeling. We did get a cool windmill though, which became oddly important to the episode. Basically, it was our job to bring it to life using the power of anime, and I think we did. I mean, the power of the storm probably helped as well. But yeah, one of the coolest parts was definitely getting to see this machine. Like when, I think it was Amakusa. That's just so hard to say. Asakusa. Anyway, I think it was her that was grinding the thing. And we got to see a bit of an effect there where you have the car basically not moving, but the background behind it is one big picture. And I already knew that was an anime thing where you have a giant picture and you just kind of pan it across. Like anime EDs usually will do that a lot of the time. It's a pretty cool effect. I do like it. So getting to see an actual device that pulls that off, it's pretty cool. I like it. But yeah, apparently that thing can do a lot more than just that, though. You even mentioned light permeation, so yeah, it'd be kind of hard to move that move that whole thing to our club room. But if we can, let's do it. I did love the enthusiasm, especially from Tsubame. Like she just like, wow, pencils and pencil sharpeners. This is amazing. Feather sweeper. What looks like a Digivice over there. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. A lot of normal, standard stuff as well. And then she showed off that peg that she discussed earlier to Sayaka, and she was just like, cool, sure, whatever. Amazing. And that's when I found the windmill. And at that point, yeah, it was our turn to do some actual animation, actual drawing. And it's not as easy as it sounds, especially old school animation where you had less reliance on computers and whatnot. I'm sure it was even more difficult back in the day. And I don't think people were ever paid very much for that work, so you gotta really appreciate it. The kind of the magical creations people made back then. And even make now. Even though it's probably easier now, it's still wouldn't call it easy. It's still a rough job that you don't get paid enough for. That makes the world a much better place. So then we had our whole imagination sequence, which was a lot of fun. Obviously very reminiscent of previous episodes, Dragonfly thing, where they were flying around. It probably wasn't as cool as that, but this was still pretty cool, because we had explosions. It was funny, like, it blew up almost immediately after we saw the thing. Not much time to escape at all. That was kind of funny. And then in real life, yeah, we also had a lot of wind and storming and very unpleasant. Although Asakusa looked like she was having fun. And then, yeah, at the very end of the episode, we realized she did it. She cashed in on the footage, as you do. Never underestimate that girl. She gets things done in her own way. So, yeah, this group of 3, I think we can accomplish a pretty great thing. So, I'm pretty excited to see what we do in the future, what we manage to create. I thought this was a pretty good episode. Made great progress on a lot of things, and hopefully we continue to make progress going forward. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.